Hey. So look, this is live, but I'm going to go ahead and leave this here. I'm going to start talking because I know at some point y'all going to come back and look at it later. So I'm thinking next week my new book drops, Treason. And I wanted to talk a little bit about it because I haven't really been on the internet talking about it. So I wanted to talk about it, let you know how excited I am about it, especially for my readers who have been there with me for a long time. The readers who have been there with me for a long time have seen my career take on like amazing different shapes, from my very first book, Rainbow Heart, all the way up to uh, my last book, The War Saga. My career has taken different shapes, and I'm excited for the people who have been with me since Rainbow Heart to read this new book, because to me it's an accumulation of everything that I've become as a writer. If you're just popping on here because you follow me because of my coaching and my teaching classes, welcome. This is something that I don't really usually talk about with you guys, but I'm doing it here. Normally I use this space to connect with people who are trying to learn, making sure you got the tools necessary to really live your life. So welcome. If you're my twisted babies, I'm talking to you. So this book that drops next week is called Treason. And again, I'm so excited, right? Because it's like nothing that I've done before. It's still classic T style. So if you are into dark thrillers, dark urban fiction stories, if you are into stories that, have you think like, is that really a thing? Then this is your book. But at the same time, it goes to some really deep places that I've never gone before, but that have been on my heart. So it starts with this Stryker family. I'm introducing you all to Cage Stryker. And Cage Stryker is a young boy. He's 17 years old. He lives with his mom, Lala Stryker, his father, Magnus, and his siblings, Bloom, Tatum, Flo, and Archer. So it's a really big family. And they are, when you meet them, Magnus is in church. He's given a sermon, but it's not the traditional kind of church that you go to. He is appealing to a certain demographic, a certain kind of person. And they're in church, and you know immediately how I set it up that Cage is your guy. He's kind of timid, not a character that you would usually see from me in the beginning, but there is some levels to him. When he is asked to come up on the podium, he ends up saying something that makes people give him the side eyes. But again, it's a window to the soul and the story that I'm going to take you there. I'm going to take you on. As the story goes on, in the beginning, we end up going into his neighborhood. And in the neighborhood, there is a new family that's living in the block. And this new family seems to arouse a lot of uneasiness in his parents, although he doesn't know why. And from that, the story begins. And the reason why I like, and I'm speaking of myself now outside of being, the writer, the reason why, because first of all, I ghost write some of your favorite writers' novels. I've been doing this for a long time. But the reason why I'm so excited about this story is that it's mystery in it. It's a story that you're actually buying the book for the synopsis. Basically, you look at the synopsis and saying, okay, I want to read it. But under that, there's two different worlds. So I'm really writing 3 stories in one. And as I'm reading it, this T Styles novel, and I'm talking to myself in third person, I am pulled in, wanting to know more about these people, wanting to know where they're going. And when you think you know where I'm going on a T-style novel, you don't. I usually think about my fan base who've been there for a long time with me, people like Adrena, Tamisha, Kim. Oh my God, it's so many people, and forgive me if I don't say your name, but I have you guys in mind, and I try to do all I can to make sure that I'm tricking you. And I believe that I have done this. There are going to be a lot of, oh my God moments. I can't believe she wrote that. But again, if we've been together this long, babies, y'all should know it's me. You know what kind of stories I write. I'm liable to say and do anything. So at this point, nothing should shock you. But I don't think this will definitely shock you. And I'm okay with that, because aren't we tired of stories that are going along the same lines, following the rules all the time? Aren't we tired of stories where writers aren't brave enough to tackle topics that may be considered taboo and be willing to go there even further, while still respecting the story, respecting the readers who are actually reading the book, and respecting yourself? You want a book at the end of the day, even though you're pushing limits, that you can still feel proud of, that it's a part of your collection. And I am so proud of this story. Again, you're going to introduce you to Cage Stryker, his two friends who also appear to show up out of nowhere, Onion and Angelina. And you follow the three of them in this journey in the beginning of the story, where they're trying to figure out life. You're trying to figure out if they're there for one another, while I whirl you into, or pull you into, my new world. It drops August 27th. I am super, super excited. The link is in my bio. So you go to my bio, click the link in the bio. It's there. Join me on this journey. You will not be, you won't be sorry. You just won't be sorry, and it's a big book. I haven't written a book this big in a long time, but it was important for me to make sure I really paint the pictures necessary to take you guys there. All right, so I'm about to go over to Facebook right now. That's where most of my readers at. I know they're probably at work, but I'm going to still drop a video. If you want to join me over there, do that. Love you guys a bunch. Don't forget to pre-order Treason. It drops August 27th, and the link is in the bio. All right, babies, I'm out. Bye.